Next topic, Ralo, we're going to talk about the art of being fake and hiding within. Is fake the new real?
It's fake the new real. I think fake has always been real, bro.
Oh, okay.
Always.
You mind explaining?
Like, bro, you're going to get further in life by being fake than you will being real.
So being fake is more being fake is more rewarding than being yourself?
Bro, it's like being performative and navigating people and playing your position. As long as you're not compromising yourself, you could always thrive off of BS. That's why all politicians are liars.
Do we all wear masks that we want society to see?
Of course. You should. The only people who don't, probably the homeless man under the bridge.
Is being real becoming rare, or are all people just becoming better at hiding who they really are?
So I think we live life in stages. So I'm gonna start it by saying that. We all live life by stages. So when you're coming up young, hungry, ambitious, and you gotta come from the climb of nothing into something, you gotta navigate a world that no one can help you navigate. So that's when we put on our masks and we perform to get to where we wanna be. Now, once we've arrived where we wanna be and we've seen the highest heights, and we're tired of it and we don't care no more, people take that mask clean off and be themselves.
Is being fake something that anyone could do, or is it actually a skill that takes time to master?
I have this conversation often. I think cognitive ability isn't equally distributed amongst people. I don't think that's a thing. I used to think that was a thing, but I realized the older I live, bro, people is like kind of, they kind of dense. So they don't even know when they need to perform. They miss social cues. They miss what they need, to navigate a room. So not everybody has the same aptitude of talking slick like a salesperson or talking quick like a politician and making people feel right when they need to feel right. You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to it, I believe. There's degrees. When you get your first job, it's totally different. The interview you do at your first job ever, you could be a stone cold stoner, right? And a loser. But your first job, you're gonna straighten up, you're gonna look right, wear your best clothes, iron, hopefully have a tie on. That's the different level of being fake and performing versus a Fortune 500 CEO being fake and performing. One is that he's fake and performing here, and this guy's fake and performing up here, but they're all just trying to, get to the next stage in life. But they're all performing. Believe me.
Once someone masters being fake, how many people actually notice?
If you're doing it right, no one should notice. The more that you notice, the worse you are. I'm just saying.
How early on did you take me through your experience wearing multiple masks and when you felt like
when did I say I wore multiple masks?
Well, you didn't.
I never told you that.
You didn't. You're right. But at what age did you realize you had an ability to do so, if you were able to do so?
All right, I'm gonna start by saying I do have an ability to do so. I confess.
Okay.
I can do it. I like it. It's fun, but I don't know, man. I think probably somewhere around like middle school, bro, when everybody gets into themselves and personality.
And take me through like the various stages of being fake. Is there like a phase before you get to that ultimate stage? Take me through like the baby step. How many steps? How many phases?
How many steps? How many phases? I think I think what we're really just talking about, man, is kind of it's a part of self-awareness. And one big piece of self-awareness starts with what do people want. You got to know what people want first and foremost. Then once you find out and identify what they want from you and what they think you are and deem you to be, you got to know how to give it to them. And that's the performance. After that, showtime. Give it to them. Serve it to them. What do they want?
So let's talk about some real life examples and scenarios, specifically Drake and Kendrick, right? So Drake, obviously, he's mastered the art at being fake, at wearing multiple masks, at portraying who he wants society to accept him as.
But he's not that good at it though, because we all know he's fake.
Of course. But society gravitates to him.
But like the society that he's portraying to be knows he's not authentic. The people who are the biggest Drake fans are people who aren't American. It's like Indian, white kids who are always on the fringe of hip hop culture. Those are the people who buy in because they don't know authenticity. You know what I'm saying? So he could fool the people who don't have a trained eye.
So people who are fully in the culture would look at someone like Drake
and know something's not right. For sure, for sure.
being fake or pretending to wear a mask that you're not fully, it does has its limitations.
It does, bro. Like it does. Like that's just that's just part of the game, though. Like you can benefit in such a miraculous way, but in other ways you suffer. It's pros and cons to stuff. You can have the capital, or you could be loved by the people. It's two different things. Like Bob Marley versus Drake. Drake probably made way more money than Bob Marley ever did, but Bob Marley died how many years ago, and we love his songs, and it resonates forever. You know, it's a yin and yang.
So the minute someone like Drake retires, like, are people gonna remember him? How are people gonna remember him in the long run?
I think they're not gonna remember Drake because we don't know who Drake is.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna remember his songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people are gonna remember someone like Kendrick in the long run more than someone like Drake.
If you want to use that comparison, yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm good with that.
Okay.
But not going the Kendrick Lamar route strictly because of I'm thinking of people who resonated by being authentic. Kendrick he plays it where he's like, I don't want to give the world too much of who I am.
Okay.
He's kind of a recluse. But Bob Marley poured his self into his music.
Like his heart and soul.
His heart and soul and his real thoughts into his music. So when he died, his music lived for another 40, 50 years.
So would you say that
by being authentic?
So would you say that someone like Kendrick actually knows how to be fake?
Yeah, of course.
He doesn't get
If you know how to be authentic, you know how to be fake. If you know how to be fake, it's a challenge to be authentic, and it's probably uncomfortable, but you also know, especially if you're like a great faker, yeah. But I don't think Drake's a great faker though.
Okay, so you could look at Drake, because you know I don't keep up with hip hop like that, but I could look at Drake and tell the reason why he's the mega star that he is because he's good at capping, he's good at faking.
Yeah.
So someone who's fully in that hip hop realm, you could look at Drake and tell like, oh yeah, this is all an act.
Yeah, of course. It stands out like a sore thumb, bro. And he's a great businessman. I give it to him, and he has good music. But like, I know that's not a real product that he's selling me. It's Kool-Aid. It's grape drink. It's not grape juice. It's grape drink.
So there was a time when Will Smith visited the Lakers, and the team was asked to join in a session with him. And this was around the time that Westbrook, LeBron, and AD were on the same team. And LeBron James and AD stepped away before the session started, and Russell Westbrook had an issue with it, and he started like snapping on the head coach, and the head coach actually asked AD and LeBron to come back. This was before like Will Smith, you know, came to the presentation. And the minute Will Smith started speaking, it was LeBron that was mostly asking the questions. And Westbrook, seeing that, he was just shaking his head the whole time because he's seen that not so long ago LeBron was trying to hit the dash. With LeBron just asking, you know, a bunch of questions. Would you say, is this being fake, or is it simply knowing how to operate in a professional environment?
I think with situations like that, bro, people like a LeBron James start off with a motive and an intent that is, his vision is high, right? He has a 360 bird's eye view of what he's trying to set out to do, how he needs to go about that, and he's gonna navigate that to be LeBron James. If it was all just about what happens out there on the basketball court, he wouldn't be LeBron James. He's a master chess player. Like, of course, that guy's performing, bro.
Oh, okay.
On and off the court.
So he has to be fake.
He is not authentic in front of these cameras, bro.
Oh, okay. Because there'll be times I'll be watching.
He's a brand. He's a $1 trillion brand.
Yeah, he's a brand.
You can't risk the brand, bro.
Yeah, there'll be times I'll be watching his podcast, Interrupted, and I can tell with the way he's speaking, it's all an act.
Yeah.
Like smiling, just giving like, you know, responses that, you know, anyone could give. So
no, for sure. I think we at a time now, bro, where like we don't have the traditional heroes we used to have because of this same conversation. A lot of the guys that's been platformed and placed in front of us on a major level, it's kind of harder to relate. So with guys like you doing what you're doing with the Convo Guy podcast, there's people somewhere that's gonna really resonate with you because you're down here in the trenches with the everyday person on a more human level. While these people on these big scales are more manufactured. You know what I'm saying?
So being fake is do you feel like it's a requirement, or let me rephrase myself, do you feel like being fake and wearing multiple masks and hiding your true personality to within, do you feel like that's a requirement or it's optional in this day and age?
It's always an option. It's always a choice.
Oh, okay.
I think we all have choice every day we wake up. But you're just gonna be blocked out of certain opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
So-
I had a little lessons to learn myself.
Okay, you
in
mind
that
sharing that?
Oh yeah, we can share that, man.
Just once. It doesn't have to be like major. Just like one incident that occurred that made you realize, like, man, like being fake is the move.
All right. So I'm gonna give you one. This was recent. This was impactful with me. I had a barbershop right here on Hurricane Shoals Road. The landlord, me and him had a cool relationship. We weren't the best of friends because there's no friends in business. Something I needed to learn. It's not friendship. It's just business. I paid my rent on time every time. I grinded long hours. I built the shop brick by brick, right? So one of my neighboring tenants in the plaza, he had thrown a party and had maybe like 100 people out there. And it was like a serious mosh pit, headbanger, rock and roll type of thing. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm not tripping on it. I don't care. It was Easter Sunday weekend, so I'm doing like church folks haircuts and stuff. So it was just kind of a weird dynamic. But I ain't tripping. I didn't complain. I didn't say nothing, right? Maybe a month go by, 6 weeks go by. I'm like, man, we're gonna throw us an event too. You know what I'm saying? So I'll start gearing up for the event. The same gentleman calls me. He's like, hey, are you guys planning on doing anything? I kind of see some stuff going on outside. It looks like y'all are like setting up for an event. And yeah, we just don't need that right now. And I was like, oh, okay, but they just did the same thing on Easter Sunday. So like, what's the difference? I asked them, because I pay my rent every time, on time, right? So I feel like I'm entitled to do as I please. He's like, yeah, man, it's just, we're nurturing our relationship and I just don't want this right now. Okay, with that being said, I instantly start calling around looking for new barbershops because I'm not liking the restrictions that he was putting on to me, even though I was a great operator and doing what I needed to do on the financial side. So that was an instance where I could have been fake to myself or real to him. And I don't know him. So I chose myself and I still threw my event. Had about 250 people come out. It was insane. It was fireworks. It was a boxing match in the street. People was getting to the nitty gritty out there. There's footage, man. Check it out, man. It was dope. But got the call next morning. He was like, yeah, man, we can't continue this relationship anymore, man. You lied to me, da-da-da-da. I was like, hey, man, it is what it is, bro. I just didn't want to sacrifice all of that sacrifice to be controlled because I thought the real way, right? Not the fake way. I wasn't performing in just business. I wanted to be authentic to my community and to myself. But that's not business. It's a performance to get further. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't willing to perform anymore.
I see.
So yeah, I lost my shop, bro. All my investment, I lost it.
Is it possible to not have an on and off switch? Basically, are there individuals that
There's
just...
people out there that they're like insane and they're a little loopy and they don't understand cause and effect. Yeah, I believe that.
Would you say those are like your serial killers? Like,
Yeah. Those are your sociopaths. Those are the bipolar. They're a little off it, and they just do wild stuff, and it doesn't benefit them in any way.
So
they don't get anywhere by doing.
So any individuals that don't know how to turn that fake switch when they dive more into like their personal lives, like something seriously wrong with them?
Yeah, I wouldn't trust to be around that person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anybody that has something to lose, I wouldn't recommend you go around that person playing with whatever you value, because they're a danger to themselves. They're gonna be even more dangerous to you.
So were there times you were cutting a client's hair and you feel like, there should have been opening up to you, but you just felt that vibe where it's just like, yo, like what's wrong with you?
No, I wasn't no opening up type stuff. Like I'm not invasive, bro. Like, I'm here for a job.
Oh, okay.
So like if I see somebody who doesn't want to open up, it's not my job to open up.
Oh, okay.
Or get them to open up. That's not my job description. My job description is put the hair on the floor, make it look nice, get them out the door. I'll leave it at that.
So when someone's fake, you just go with the flow? Like
for sure. Like if I have a means to an end. If I don't have a means to an end and I'm not cutting their hair or getting paid, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I have no incentive. There's nothing at stake here. So, but I can fake kick it for 30 minutes, however you need me to kick it, bro.
Okay.
So I can get my money.
And you'll just drag it for as long as it needs to.
Yeah, I'll just navigate it, bro.
Oh, okay.
Navigate. I cut thousands of people over my years, bro. Like it's about navigation, making people feel how they need to feel, customer service. But that is not my authentic self. And they might not say things that I agree to.
Oh, okay.
But I'm navigating, I'm pretending, it's a performance.
Oh, okay. the art of being fake, could it easily translate to other aspects?
Definitely, bro. I think the sky's the limit, man. If you know what the band wants to hear, the audience wants to hear, and you play it at the right pitch, doors are gonna open for you.
Like what can you dive into? Like comedy, acting?
Bro, anything. Like your love life, bro. We're salesmen naturally because most times men chase down the women. So you got to pitch yourself to a girl. She has to accept you. Then you can move on, have a family. You know what I'm saying? You got to convince her to carry your child. Everything, we're constantly selling and we're constantly being sold. So if you start off in life with no real identity, and then you meet a salesman who sells you on who you are, you're gone. You're a goner because you're going to be so far down a rabbit hole and not even have checked in with yourself because this person is so great at selling. So there's people whose identity is politics. There's people whose identity is religion. There's people whose identity is their job because somebody sold them. It happens every day.
Do you feel like the art of being fake should be like a class taught like in high school, colleges? Because, you know, like you said,
I don't think the game is to be sold though, bro.
You said it naturally translates to other aspects of life, like even relationships.
For sure. I believe me, I see the benefit, but I don't think the game is to be sold.
Oh,
You know
okay.
why? Because if everybody knew, who the hell would we sell to?
But just because you take this class don't mean you'll pass the class or you'll
Be successful at it, but you'll be aware of it, and that's the problem. The car breaks down. You need people to like buy in
Oh, okay.
and not have it in the back of their mind like, hey, is he trying to get me? Nah, we don't need that. That's why we never learned about taxes in school. That's why we never learned about healthcare system. We never learned all the important stuff because they need us to keep going.
So the art of being fake should be hidden. Only a certain demographic.
Yeah, I think that the barrier to entry of learning the world and finessing and playing the game is you should be motivated enough to learn the rules to win. At least at bare minimum, figure it out. Read a book.
Okay.
I don't know.
And
Do what you gotta
how do you even know the bare minimum?
By studying people who have what you want. If you study somebody who has the following that you want to have, what did that person do? Did he be his authentic self? Did he perform? Did he pander? What did he do? Now you emulate what he did to get to where he is. And 9 times out of 10, he performed.
You like mentoring young men.
Yeah, I've done so in the past.
Let's say there was a young man that had the skill sets, had the tools to be great, but he just lacked the ability to be fake. Like that one thing was just preventing him at being great. Would you go out your way to just teach him the art of being fake, even though you mentioned that it's something that should, be hidden and just, be limited to just a certain demographics of people?
Would I bestow him with the responsibility of performance? I don't think so, man.
Like you're just
if it's
looking-
not in him to do it, why? I'm not gonna push him outside of where he is.
But let's say
in
he
life.
just had that was that one thing he was just lacking at. Just
Bro, it's okay. I'm gonna leave where he is. Like if that's the reality he wants, I'm gonna let him live in it.
oh, okay.
It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because he could still have a great life. He could still be who he deems himself to be and be happy and fulfilled. But maybe he just it might not be a huge life. He could just be the best mechanic in his town who just stays the best mechanic and he works long hours and hard and he doesn't build, he doesn't have a bravado, he can't public speak. He's like, hey, as long as he's happy, it's a win. The moment he's dissatisfied, then I'm gonna suggest to him, hey man, maybe you wanna try something different. That's how I see it.
So you being a barber, have you ever came across individuals that you're just listening to them and in your mind you're just like, man, I know what you need, but I'm not gonna tell you. You low-key need the art of being fake, but
Every day, all the time. I just cut one of my guys, like probably an hour before I came up here. And me and him have known each other for probably 10 plus years. And it's just been a whirlwind seeing his process. And it's just like, bruh, he ran into a saleswoman and he didn't know that he met a saleswoman. He thought this was the love of his life. But I know that she was selling him. And now he's like, man, Ralo, you was right. You seen it the whole time. He put himself in a deep financial hole because he got sold. Hey man, anybody can get took, bro. Anybody can get took if you don't have a strong enough sense of yourself, for sure.
Ralo, thank you for this discussion. To conclude on this topic, and you being an expert at the art of being fake or knowing how to wear multiple masks and hiding within, you mind giving some concluding statements to our audience members on how they can grasp disability.
All right, so I would just tell everybody, it's important that you guys work on self-awareness, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know yourself in your present, and know who you want to be, who you want to become. Brainwash yourself with who you want to become. Destroy anything else, man. Because once you have that strong sense of self, nothing out here can deter you from where you're going in life. Point blank, period. I don't care what happens. If they cut your leg off, your mind is the most powerful thing there is on earth. Point blank, period. Because everything in your life comes from this, what's in between your ears, man. So make sure you're brainwashing yourself at all times, because the world will try to brainwash you. Now, what he's talking about, pretending and performativeness, that only comes into play once you have a motive and a destination on where you're trying to go. Then feel free to use it. But don't use it unless you know who you are. If you know your hard lines that you're not going to cross, you should be fine. Go perform all over the place. Get all the success, get all the love, get all the whatever. But know who you are at the core. That's all I have to say.
One last topic I want to ask you. The art at being fake, can it get exhausting at times? Can it feel like a job?
For sure.
Like waking up and just like, dang, I gotta do so and so.
For sure, it's annoying, bro.
Okay.
Like, cause it's not authentic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Barack Obama gets tired smiling and being nice all the time. Sometimes he just want to sit down, chill, and be quiet. Smoke cigarettes. Remember in his book he talked about smoking cigarettes?
Oh, which book?
This is his memoir.
Oh,
but he has a cigarette habit.
Oh, okay.
Nobody in the American population knew that. He masked that until he won both presidencies. He's like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. Everybody got something. None of us are perfect. Yeah.
Ralo, thank you for this discussion.
Thanks, man. Check me out at ralothebarber.com, all right? Peace.